Thiruchitrambalam. நான் பெற்ற இன்பம் பெருக வையகம் வான்பற்றி நின்ற மறைப்பொருள் சொல்லிடின் ஊன்பற்றி நின்ற உணர்வுறும் மந்திரம் தான் பற்ற பற்ற தலைப்படும் தானே. கருணைபொழி திருமுகத்தில் திருநீற்றுணுதலும் கண்டாரை வசப்படுத்த கனிந்த வாய் அழகும் பெருமை தரு துறவோடு பொறை உளத்தில் பொறுத்தே பிஞகனார் மலர்த்தாள்கள் பிரியாத மனமும் மறுவினர்கள் அகலாத ஞானமே வடிவாம் வளர்துரைசை சிவஞான மாமுனிவன் மலர்த்தாள் ஒருபொழுதும் நீங்காமல் எமது உளத்தில் திறத்தில் ஓதிடும் நாவினில் என்றும் புண்ணி வைத்தே உரைப்பார். My sincere prayers are with Lord Shaivam, Sri Gurumaha Sannidhanangala, Thiruvavuduthurai Adinam, Sri Madhava Sivanyana Swami, and my Gurunatha, Saltangal Swami. Namaskaram to the Shaivam.org group of Mr. Ganesh, Mr. Raja, and the team, and all the listeners. Good evening. In the Thirumurai series of introduction, last week we were able to complete the 9th Thirumurai, which were called as Thiruvisaipa and Thirupallandu. Now we are moving to the 10th one, which is called Thirumanthiram. Mandiram, mantra means it gives power or it fulfills your desires or requirement as and when you think about it. So mantra is actually the difference between the word and the mantra is word gives just a meaning, mantra gives power. So even just to think of that word, which can give you power, which can give you energy, which can meet your requirement, which can fulfill your desires, your wishes, that is called mantra. Many mantras are there in Vedas, Agamas, in Tamil literature. The supreme mantra for the Shaivites is Namah Shivaya, or the 5-letter word Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. That's the mantra. Here this book by name itself called Thirumantara. Thiru means holy. So holy mantras, which means whatever written here are called as mantras, that much powerful and they are superior. So Thirumanthiram is a book which consists of 3,000 mantras, which he himself, the author himself has says, Moolan urai seida 3000 Tamil. Moolan means Thirumoolar, the author. He in his song itself he has quoted, Moolan urai seida 3000 Tamil. Nyalam ariyave nandi aruvadu. So which means in this book I have given us 3,000 songs. That's what the 3000 he says. So 3,000 mantras are there. Is given by Thirumoolar. We should know something about the author. Thirumoolar was actually, he came from Kailash. The previous history is said, he is from Tamil Nadu, he went to Kailash, which means he is from Tamil Nadu. His parents named him as Sundaran. His name was Sundaran. He studied under the feet of Agastya Muniva. Agastya. Then for further to know about, he went to Kailash and he had an opportunity of learning under the feet of Thirunanthiram. 8 people have the opportunity of learning from Thirunanthiram. That's what it is described. We call actually Sanagadi Munivars, which means 4 people. Sanagar, Sanandanar, Sanadanar, Sanarkumara. These 4. Apart from this, Sivayoga Mamuni, Padanchali, Vyakrabada, and Thirumoolar. Nandi means in one way it's called Shivaperuman, 300. And 8 people have learned or the opportunity of studying under his feet directly. Out of 8, Thirumoolar is a person, which means this is Sundaranathan. He himself says actually in his Thirumanthiram, he says this Sanaga, this 8-4 with Nandi, and there is Sanagar, Sanandana, Sanadana, Sanatkumara, and also Sivayogamamni, Padanchali, Vyakrabadar, and himself. That is 8. He actually again returned from Kailash. So it seems he was on the way to meet Agastya at Padigai hills again. So he came down maybe from Kedarnath in the Rishikesh, and he came down to Varanasi. He had a holy dip in river Ganges. He worshipped Kasi temple, Vishwanatheswara. And he was coming down south. While he came near a place called Thiruvadurai today, and near there's a place called Sattanur, he saw an incident which actually disturbed him a little. A person who was making these cows to have grass, which means a pasturing he was doing. So unfortunate that person died. So all these cows are in tears. The cows have not returned home because they were not able to leave this person. His name was Moola. So these cows were so in sorry state of affairs. They could not leave the person who was taking care of them. So since he is dead, all were in tears. So the Sundaranathan who is returning and on the way to south, he saw this. So he got really how affectionate those cows are. And they are in deep trouble now. So what can I do? Since he has been trained with a lot of yogas, siddhis, so he was having the expertise of changing this body, which means now this body is operated by the soul. So he can actually switch over from this body to another body. This is soul. He was able to travel. So what he did, he came out of this body, which was a Sundaranathan's body. So kept that body, which is without a soul, under a tree, and he entered into this Moolan's body. Now Moolan is actually alive again. But the thing is, that body is operated not by Moolan's soul. Sorry, not by Moolan's soul. It is by Sundaranathan's soul. So the cows were very happy. He got up. So he drove all the cows to their respective homes. And he did not come to Moolan's house because he is not Moolan. So he wanted to stay away. Moolan's wife got worried. What happened? And she has taken to the panchayat there. Panchayat is actually the local court. See, my husband is not coming inside. And I don't know what happened, what went wrong. He left in the morning with all the cows. And he has come back with all the cows now, but unfortunate, he is not coming in. So when it has been inquired, he told, this all things happened. And I am not the Moolan or the body, what you are seeing at all. The soul is not Moolan. So I am different. Somehow it got convinced. Then actually he came back to the tree where he kept the body because he wanted to get back to Bodhihei with the body what he found. Unfortunately, the body was not there. Something wrong. He was not able to find the body. So he has decided this is Lord Shaiva's blessing or the grace or a message being given to him. So he continued to live with this body. So he came to Thiruvavudurai, which is very near to Sathar. We know Thiruvavudurai, the holy place. Later stage, Jnana Sambandar, Appar, Sundarar, all came there. And they were actually praising Lord Shivaperuman there, Masalamani sir. And they gave Devarams. All the three have sung Devarams there. Manikavasar came there. So all these four Saivasamaya Acharyas, they have come to that place. Later, Namishwaya Murthigal, who is a disciple of Siddhar Sivaprahasa, under the instruction of his guru, Siddhar Sivaprahasa, started this Thiruvavudurai somewhere in the 14th century. Even today, Thiruvavudurai Adhinam is the leading Saiva institution which takes care of preaching this philosophy throughout by having a Saiva Siddhanta Director Training Center as well as Thirumurai Director Training Center. Thousands and thousands of people are learning Thirumurais and Saiva Siddhanta from this institution. Such a big organization is being now run. After Namishwaya Murthigal, the pontiff of Adhinams one by one came, and today is being run or blessed by the 24th of them. We call him as Sri Lasri Guru Maha Sannidhanangal. He is the person on the chair as a pontiff and directs all the people from there. So such a holy place is this Thiruvavudurai. Thiruஞான Sambandar was given 100,000 coins, gold coins, as he was requesting money for his father's prayers. இடரினும் தளரினும் எனதொரு நோய் தொடரினும் உணகளல் தொழுதெழுவேன் கடல் தனில் அமுதோடு கலந்த நஞ்சை மிடரில் அடக்கிய வேதியனை இதுவோ எமை ஆளுமாறு ஈவதொன்று எமக்கில்லையேல் அதுவோ உனது இன்னருள் ஆவடுதுறை அரண். This is the song, and 11 songs of that Padiham he has sung there, and Lord Shivaperuman blessed him with the purse of 1,000 coins, and the speciality being how much you take out of that. The number doesn't come down, it was always existing of that 1,000 was there. So such a holy place. But before all these things, because Thirumoolar's period is something like before Christ. So he came down to Thiruvavudurai. There was a tree, it's called the Padarasu tree. He sat under that tree and did dhyana or the yoga. Even today, people find difficult to believe the history that he was doing this yoga under this tree, not for an hour or a day or a month. It was for about 3,000 years. So once in a year, he comes out of it, sings a song. Then again, he went there and sat another 1 year. So like that, a song has been given every 1 year, which means one song per year. Such like that, 3,000 years he was here and he has given 3,000 songs. The tree where he was sitting is believed to be still there, and people who worships, who makes round up there, even today is being fulfilled by the desires when he makes a prayer there. So in the Thiruvavudurai temple and the Praharam, Thirumoolar's Sannidhi is still there, and it is well maintained by Thiruvavudurai Adhinam, and people every day make prayers there. So this is a history. So he is such a person. That's how in the Sundaramurti Swamigal's Thiruthondar Togai, when praising of all the saints lived before him, he was saying about this Nambiran Thirumoolan Adiyarkum Adiyed. So he says, fortunate since it was told in the Tirutondar Togai, Seklar Swamigal on his 12th Thirumurai, it is called Tirutondar Puranam or say Periya Puranam. Maybe next week I am going to tell you about that. There actually he has given the history details of Thirumoolar. That's from where these details we are able to get. His name was Sundaranathan. He went to Kailash. Again, he came back from Kailash. All these details, Thirumoolan, all these details we were able to get from Seklar Swami, Periyabra. So this is how he came back. And these 3,000 songs, this book, many view in different angles because so much of information are available. Somebody says it is a book of yoga. Somebody says it is a book of medicines. Somebody says it is a Saiva Siddhanta philosophy encyclopedia. Somebody says it book speaks about dhyana, how to do. So many informations are being given by Thirumoolar by the grace of Shaivam. So today, to be honest, out of the 12 Thirumurais, these Thirumurai, Thirumanthiram is read out by many people from different sectors. Thiruvasagam is the one being read by many today, the 8th Thirumurai. But there again, it is more by Saivites or people who worship Lord Shiva. Thirumanthiram is even extended beyond this limit. There, people take it as a yoga book and they go through that. In Tamil Saiva philosophy, the basic books are actually divided as two parts. One is called Thottaram, other is called Sattiram. Thottaram are all actually the songs praised or sung in praise of Lord Shiva, speaks about his grace, speaks about his love, speaks about his supremacy. So it's all being sung in praise of Lord Shiva. They are all called Thottarangal. These 12 Thirumurais are Thottarams. There are some 14 books which are called as Shastras, which speak about the grammatical part of the Saiva philosophy. Who is a soul? Who has actually invented this soul? What is the relation between this soul and the God? What are all the characteristics of God actually? And is only these two are there or any other material all there? These are all being discussed as a grammar, which is the philosophy, the core philosophy is done. These books are called Shastras. Thirumanthiram. Even though it is a part of this 12 Thirumurai, so which is a Thottaram, it is like a Shastra. So people used to say Thottarathil Shastra, which means a Shastra available in this Thottara list. Thottara list, it is available, but it is a Shastra like that, which means it can be described as a Stotram also. It can be described as a Shastra. He speaks about this Thottara is actually all speaks about Lord Shiva's grace. He says, Anbum Sivamum Irandanbar Arivilar, Anbe Sivamavad Arum Arivilar. He says, there's no difference between love and Shivaparama. They both are same. And people, if you say that these are different, then they don't have brains. That's how he says. Anbum Shivamum Irandanbar Arivilar. Arivilar means who doesn't have brains. Anbe Sivamavad Arum Arindavin Anbe Sivamai Amarndirindare, he says. Once you realize that Lord Shiva is full of love, then you will also be sitting like that, which means the base many religions preach is love. that has been preached in Saiva philosophy much before by the timelines. Because we know many religions which are existent today in the world are known for their origin, something around 2000 years back, some is around 1500 years back, even something before Christ was around 3000 years back, 2500 years back today. But Saiva philosophy is an ever-existent one, so you cannot actually describe the timeline for it. So this Thirumanthira also of such an old book, it says, God is love, which means Shaivam is full of love. He has described very nicely a song, Yenbe Viraha Iraichi Adutittu, Ponbor Kanalil Puriya Varupinum, Anbodu Agamgulaivar Kandri Enbon Manina Eida Onnade. Says, if you actually undergo a rigorous treatment for your body, you torture yourself beyond the limit, even then, you can't realize that Shaivam, unless otherwise you do prayers with a sincere love. Because there are some religions, even today it is existing, which means they give actually the least importance to this body, and they are treated in such a way they undergo rigorous, I can say, punishments. They don't take food sometimes. They pluck the hair like this, so painful. They just lie down without any cloth on solid hot rocks. So rocks on the mountains, which can absorb the heat directly from sun. And even till in the evening, it will be so hot where you can't even actually put your bare foot on that. There they used to lie down like this so that complete skin will get burnt. They say these are all something you have to undergo. The philosophy says. Thirumoolar says. That will not be. Even if you make your body to undergo such rigorous tasks, you will not, unless otherwise. The real love for Lord Shaivam doesn't lie inside. So, which means the importance is Yenbe Viraha, you take out the bones from your body, remove bones. And just like a firewood, you fire it as a fuel then. On that, if you just make your body flesh to be toasted, which means such a huge, rigorous task is saying, burning the bones as firewoods, toasting this flesh as a meat there, you will not realize that Shaiva's grace. Yenbe Viraha Iraichi Arutittu Ponbor Kanalil Puriya Varupinam. You can't burn, unless otherwise. Anbodu Aham Kulaivar Kandri. The true love inside the heart, you melt down. Without doing that, Yenbon money in a Yeda one. You can't reach Lord Shaiva's feet. So such a importance for very simple way of worshipping, that is, show affection on Lord, show affection on people, show affection on saints, show affection on yourself. This is being taught in Saiva philosophy. So as a stotra, he says, how much of rigorous tasks you undergo, you will not. Basic requirement is the love. Love is God. God is love, he says. Yenbe Viraha Iraichi Arutittu Ponbor Kanalil Puriya Varupinam Anbodu Agamgulaivar Kandri Enbon Manina Eida Onnade. Same way as Shastra also, he sings has given some poems which speaks about the deep-rooted philosophy of Saiva Siddhanta. Saiva Siddhantar, which means who follows Saiva Siddhantam, is a word first available in this text, in this book. Saiva Siddhantar. Tarparam Kandulor Saiva Siddhantare. That's a line given by Thirumoolar. First, he has used the term Saiva Siddhanta in the Thirumurai. Of all the 12 Thirumurais, here is the word first it has been seen. And on the Saiva Siddhanta, philosophy has given a lot of points. Even today, the teachers who teach Saiva Siddhanta starts with the base philosophy or the fundamental of Saiva Siddhanta with a poem from Thirumanthiram. Everywhere, the other you read, you go, you study from the monasteries or the Thirumurai or from much, or even from universities, any educational institution. The Saiva Siddhanta philosophy's classes are started with the fundamental poem from Thirumanthiram. Padi Pasu Pasam Ena Pahar Moonril. Padiyinai pol Pasu Pasam Anadi. Padiyinai Chendru Anuga Pasu Pasam. Padi Anigil Pasu Pasam Nillave. Padi means actually God. Pasu, soul. Pasam, the sin or the evil, which actually prevents the souls from enjoying Lord Shaiva's grace. So these three are the base of Saiva Siddhanta. These three materials, Padi, Pasu, Pasam. And he says the truth also. Like Padi, which means like God, the soul as well as this ego or the vanity, we call it. These are also ever existent. He says Anadi. Anadi means it is not actually originated. It is beyond the timelines. So it is called, it is ever existing. That's what it's Anadi. It has not been invented, founded by anyone. It's always existing. So all the three, he says, Padiyinai pol Pasu Pasam Anadi. Padiyinai Chendru Anuga Pasubas. The Pasam means this ego. It is meant for association with the soul and not with the God. It cannot go near God. And if God comes down for helping the souls, this sin runs away. Padi Anigil Pasupasam Nillave. This pasam or ego cannot stand in front of the Lord, which is like the darkness cannot be there in front of the light. This is how he speaks. This is the base we call in Saiva Siddhanta philosophy as Muppurul Unmai, which means these three materials, truth. Three materials means truth, means here the truth means it's ever existing. That's, so these three are ever existing. Padi, Pasu, Pasam and Paharmundri. Padiyinai pol Pasu Pasam Anadi. Padiyinai Chendru Anuga Pasuvasam. Padi Anigil Pasupasam Nillave. This Thirumoolar has given this book as 9 tantras, which means 9 chapters, I can say. These all speaks about 9 agamas. The juice or the essence of these 9 agamas, Karanagama, Kamigama, Veeramagama, Sintamagama, Vadulamagama, Vyamalagama, Kalotragama, Supramagama, Mahudamagama. So these 9 other agamas. Agamas, Saiva agamas are in numbers 28. Out of this, starting from this Karanam, Kamiham, Veeram, Sindam, Vadulam, Vyamalam, Kalotram, Supram, Mahudam. These 9, the essence of these 9 agamas are given by him as 9 tantras. So these 3,000 songs are divided as 9 tantras. That's how it is being told. And even within these tantras, he has given the subject headings like Thiruvallur, we are able to see Kadavul Valtu, Van Sirappu, the topics. Here also he says, he starts with actually Siva Paratvam, which means the supremacy of Lord Shiva. That's the first topic. He says Vedachirappu, which means it speaks about the Vedic's importance. Then he says Adgamachirappu, the importance of Agamas. These Vedas and Agamas both are actually given by Lord Shiva Peruman for the souls. He emphasizes the fact there. Then he speaks about Upadesam. Upadesam is an advice of the initiation, what we call in Diksha. That's being done. So like this, he is taken up with the topics. Even the topics I was saying, something about the medicines, it's all that saying. It speaks about the formation of a child in the mother's womb. It is being discussed there, how it is being done. Even he is giving a secret that with that last word I complete this. He speaks. The father and mother can plan and act in such a way. If they want to get a male child, they can. If they want to get a female child, they can. There the techniques are being discussed, but it's very difficult to follow or practice. That is different. But the truths are being shared by Thirumoolar. So it's such a great book. We are proud as Shaivites to have Thirumanthiram, our own book, which is a Shaivite treasure, which is now being read by people who follow yogas, who people follow dhyanas, who people follow medicinal information. So such a collection of information are available in this 10th Thirumurai. So let us worship Thirumoolar and start reading Thirumanthiram, where there are some English translations are available. Even in Tamil, great commentaries have been given by Sri Arunai Vadivel Mudaliyar, Dandapani Deshiyar, Vanmehanathan. So many people have written elaborate commentaries as well as some English translations are also there. Let us enjoy reading Thirumanthiram. And thanks to Shaiva Nagavanji team of Ganesh and Raja, as well as the listeners. Thank you once again. Let me meet you tomorrow with an introduction to 11th